What's good, portal people? It's your girl, Rachel Ricketts, author, alchemist, and spiritual abolitionist, inspiring love and liberation. And I'm here with this month's Sacred Somatics Practice. This month's practice is all about integration, and it is born out of and accompanies May's channeled energy download. So if you haven't watched that yet, make sure to do that. It'll be a pretty quick practice to support us be with what is. So, this practice is often called blending. It's rooted in politicized generative somatics, and it's all about noticing, accepting, and being with what is. And this was specifically tied to the first message that my guides shared for May's energy download around integration and being able to move past binaries, right, wrong, and integrate the information, not just like the tangible information, but also the energetic information that we are receiving at this time, um, in very tangible terms. And also, they were specifically talking about being able to integrate the information we're receiving through the news and specifically through social media. Um, so there's lots of grabs that happen in our life, lots of things that create pressure on our body, mind, somas, nervous systems, hearts, spirits, auras. Pressure can be anything from an email, one email, or for example, if you're like me, like you open up your inbox and there's like a shit ton of emails, and that is like a grab that creates pressure. Running late, like missing your bus, is a grab. It creates pressure. Um, Witnessing an ongoing genocide with, you know, horrendous violence, and completely unacceptable, disturbing, etc. images on pretty much the daily is massive pressure. Um, Dealing with the massive uncertainty of like tariffs, economics, um, the erosion of your civil and human rights, like all of these. I'm not laughing because it's funny, but all of these are create pressure. All of these are grabs on our systems. And so the invitation this month for this sacred somatics practice is to be in practice around how we can accept, notice, and be more with what is. That doesn't mean, just so we're clear, that we accept, allow, that we're okay with what is, but it is to notice and be with it, which is a really crucial step for us to be able to be in right relationship with all that is, with ourselves, with others, with land, with spirit, with liberation. So the invitation here is to practice, to be in this practice right now. So we can practice with a grab, we can practice with some pressure and just notice what comes up for us. And my invitation, especially if you're new to somatics work, is to practice with a grab or a pressure that is a little lower on the like emotionally charged spectrum. So for example, emails, like I said, that can be such a major one for so many people. Like practicing feeling what happens in your body when you like open up your inbox and see a whole bunch of emails, or like an email from one particular person who like always kind of puts us, on alert, or like practicing what it's like in our body when we're running late, the pressure of that. Um yeah, we can, if you feel really called, and please do a sacred pause and like really check in with yourself. If you feel called, you can practice with something a little bit more charged. I wouldn't go all the way to like watching genocide on the news, but you could go to like preparing your body, like you're about to open social media, you're about to go like open the apps and see what tomfuckery is about to unfold there for the day, and noticing like what that brings up. Um, but I would probably suggest practicing with that one a little later and starting with some like earlier grabs, like someone says your name wrong or brings you the wrong coffee or something, like an email, like I suggested. So take a moment, hit pause if you want, figure out what you're going to practice with. And then I'm going to walk us through just a really quick meditation and opportunity to actually like practice with whatever the grab is. And this is a great practice that you can come back to anytime, practice it more and more and more. And this will allow us to notice more and more and more. And then we can start to practice with like bigger, more charged grabs when we are better practiced. So yeah, hit pause and think up what you want your pressure to be. And like I said, if you need an example, like an email is a good example. Maybe you're about to call someone who like, maybe you have to like call the bank or like something like that. That always doesn't feel good in my body. So figure out what that's going to be and then come on back. Welcome back. Okay, so we're going to center first. So you can do this standing, seated, laying down, whatever feels best and right for your body. I invite you to close your eyes or lower your gaze if that feels sufficiently safe. And just begin to anchor into your breath without needing to change or shift the breath at all. Just breathing naturally, just noticing the breath. Noticing how it feels coming in or out of the nose, if it's cool or warm. Coming in through left nostril, right nostril. If you're breathing through your mouth, feeling it come in or out of the lips. And first, just doing a scan. Starting from the top of the head and just noticing what's alive in your body right now, as much as that is available to you. And a lot of us are disconnected, dissociated out of at this time for survival. And so there's nothing wrong if you're like, I have no idea how I feel. That's okay. This is a practice. So I know for me, the top of my head, there's tension. There's like a bit of a headache emerging. I can feel my eyes feel really heavy. My jaw feels really tight. I'm sore from a workout yesterday, so my shoulders feel constricted. Yeah, there's like a heaviness to my body, mostly in my face right now. And so just noticing what's alive for you, maybe noticing where there's tension. A lot of us hold tension in the jaw, in the third eye, in the forehead, in the shoulders, and the neck, in the belly and the hips. Just noticing without needing to change, without judging, without critiquing, just noticing. And then equally, perhaps noticing where there's some relaxation. I know for me, like my hands feel pretty relaxed. My toes feel pretty relaxed. My tongue feels pretty relaxed. And then when you feel like you are sufficiently grounded, let's bring up the pressure practice example that we're going to use. So I'm going to use emails. So just envisioning, I'm opening up my computer and I'm seeing all of these emails, all of these things that need tending to. And then just noticing what happens in my body as I bring up that experience in my mind's eye. So immediately I feel more tension in my stomach. I feel my shoulders kind of want to collapse. I feel my jaw start to like clench. I feel more tension in my head. I feel my breath constrict. It's like a bit of a freeze, is what it feels like. My throat even constricts. And just noticing whatever you can notice. And again, if you're not noticing anything in your body, that's okay. This is a practice. There's no right or wrong, no good or bad. And we're just doing our best to notice without needing to change it, allowing it to be here. So we can anchor again into our breath as we just notice what's alive. Like, oh, okay, this is the shape my body makes when I'm feeling overwhelmed by all the emails in my inbox. Got it. And if this feels like too much, if it feels like overwhelm, come out of it at any time. You can open your eyes and focus on something in the room. You can just listen to my voice, focus on my voice. You can look up at the clouds. You can like shake it off. Sometimes, it's hard to be in our bodies. Again, that's why this is a practice. And so we get to titrate and we get to do this practice in the way that like best serves and is most aligned for us, and there's no good or bad or right or wrong to that. So please take good care of you and your body as we move through this. If you're still in it, just continuing to breathe, noticing, being with, and also noticing like, is anything shifting as I'm here and noticing and breathing? I'm noticing in my body like there's an acceptance. It's like, oh, okay, I feel tension. And then the act of noticing that there's more tension in my body actually helps the tension release a little bit. And again, my goal is not to change anything. That's not what I'm trying to do. And if that's not happening for you, that's completely fine and right and good. I'm just noticing that what's happening for me, like when I give my body mind some space to actually like acknowledge and be with what is, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's what we're doing. And not all of me is relaxing. Like the jaw still feels pretty tight, but the gut relaxed a little bit. I'm like sitting a little further back. I'm not like as hunched forward. Like some parts are relaxing and some parts are staying tense. And that makes total sense. We're just noticing what's going on in our bodies as our bodies respond to pressure, and that's a first step to allowing us to integrate the constant bombardment, like I said, of not only tangible and conscious pressure, but like intangible and unconscious energetic pressures that our bodies are constantly go under. And when we don't tend to these pressures, when we don't tend to what is in the body, it can like build up, right? And then it can cause um dis-ease, it can cause um overwhelm, absolutely. It can cause depression, it can cause all kinds of things which make complete sense. Um and so it can just be helpful for us to first start to notice and be with so we can transmute. And then also from this place, we can start maybe accessing a little bit more choicefulness here. Like, oh, what shape do I want to take when I open my emails and I feel that that pressure, that pull of like got to get shit done? Can I like take a breath and be in my body, notice what's there, and then maybe just ever so slightly be a little bit more choiceful or intentional about what would feel good in my body? And again, maybe it's just like just the tiniest shift of releasing, relaxing the jaw, the gut, the brow. Maybe it's just allowing more breath to move through the body to support a little bit more. And again, maybe it is just noticing like, fuck, I'm so fucking tense right now. This makes me really tense. Okay, great. Good noticing. Good fucking job. Great job. I'm really tense. And that makes sense. That is still helpful. That is still blending. Okay. And so again, you may not have been holding it this whole time. I've been saying a lot, but if you have, good for you. If you haven't, good for you. And now we can just take 2 cleansing breaths together in through the nose, out through the mouth. audible exhale if that's available to you, in through the nose. Filling, 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 all the way up, out through the mouth. Letting it all go. And you can just shake it out. Also, if that's available to you. And coming back into the space. And again, noticing how we feel now. What's shifted? What hasn't shifted? Maybe what's more possible now, or not. Again, there's no right or wrong. We're just in the practice of being with and noticing what is. And this is our first step to being able to actually integrate, to be in better right relationship with ourselves. And that supports us being in better right relationship with land, with collective, with spirit. And all of that supports us in liberation of self and planet. I hope this has been of support to you. Come back to this exercise as many times as you want. If you have any questions about it, definitely pop them in the comments below. Thank you for trusting me to lead you through this sacred somatics practice. And please do remember, it is a practice. There's no right, wrong way. There's no good, bad. There's just what is. I love you. I am you. More videos soon. Until then, keep it real spiritual. May this work be in support of liberation for all.